My name is Jason Perlak. I'm the camp director at the Wilderness Christian Camp here in West Virginia. Today I'm making an announcement about our 2020 summer camp season. Since the founding of our camp in 2003, the Wilderness Christian Camp has been an exciting place of adventure for young people. From all walks of life, from all over the country, young people come and they get under good solid preaching, canoeing and backpacking and just enjoy the outdoors and God's creation. It's really been just a place of refuge for many young people. That's why today's announcement is so difficult. Our executive board has made the unanimous decision that we are going to be canceling our June and July summer sessions. The primary reason we are doing this is largely due to the regulations and guidelines issued by the CDC, along with our state and local health department. After reviewing those extensively, we saw no way to properly and safely conduct our program this summer. This decision did not come lightly, and it's a decision that we looked for every avenue way around to avoid making this decision. There are a lot of factors involved. Just for those of you who are wondering why we made the decision, there's many things we had to consider. Our wilderness setting is one of those that complicated things. Our nationwide reach with young people coming from states all over our country, we're considering multiple government's regulations and travel restrictions and flight information. And there's just many factors that had to be made. Unfortunately, this is a decision that we felt we had no choice to make. I will say, if you have already registered for camp, if you've already signed up, many folks begin to register as far back as January. If you've already registered, we want to offer you a complete and full refund. You can go to our website, you can click on the form that says COVID-19 refund form, and you can click on that and fill out that short brief form, and we can begin the process of getting your funds refunded to you. Let me talk to you for just a minute from my heart, if you will. I'm a camp director. Everything I do revolves around young people in summer camp. This is tough on me. This is a difficult announcement for young people to hear. If you're a young person, if you're a camper and you're listening to this, you're watching this, I know this is hard. You may even shed some tears over this. My wife and I both shed some tears over this decision. But we love you, and we're not going anywhere. The Wilderness Christian Camp's not going anywhere. We're going to be here. We've already been brainstorming about how we can have camp activities the latter part of the summer and how we can put together some programs and some things and get together and still accomplish perhaps maybe running our zip lines and challenge course and canoe trips and things like that. And we're going to be back. We're not going anywhere, but we have to take a break during the months of June and July. You pray that things will progress along to where we'll be able to continue to have camp the way we've always done it. Let me mention something else that we are praying about and we're excited. Regulations permitting and campground licensing permitting. We'd like to do something that we've not done before. We'd like to open up our facilities for pastors and missionaries and evangelists to be able to come and vacation with their families in the last part of the summer, perhaps maybe into the fall some as weather permits. And you can come and stay in our cabins and retreat, if you will, and rest a little bit at no charge, no cost to like-minded preachers and their families. Come and maybe go canoeing and maybe go to our BB gun range and take some hikes and just enjoy God's nature and rest, focus on the Lord. Perhaps maybe a preacher that just needs to step aside and get apart and pray and just take a few days and stay in one of the cabins and get alone with God. We want to be able to do that. And as long as we can meet the health requirements and all of those things and safely accomplish that, that's something that we'd like to do later in the summer. Let me also mention this. I just want to talk just for a minute to our supporters, to those that financially contribute. Since the camp started some 17 years ago, we depend heavily upon churches and businesses and individuals who financially contribute. We are going to definitely need you. We have some fixed expenses that are not going to change. that we just have to continue to have. Those fixed expenses are there, insurance bills and all those kind of things. Traditionally, a good portion of campers' tuition goes to offset those annual expenses that take place every month. We will not have that income this summer, and so we're going to need your help. And not often do I come and say that we're going to need your financial help. Now, I'm not panicked. I'm not worried. Our board is not worried. This is all in God's hand. This isn't a surprise to God. And the great missionary of years gone by, Hudson Taylor, he said, God's work done God's way will never lack God's supply. And I've lived that. I've watched God take care of every need we've ever had. But I do want to mention to you that we would greatly appreciate any financial contribution or anything that any family or individual would feel led to contribute to the camp. It's going to be a great importance this year. In addition to our regular financial obligations that we already have, we'd like to capitalize on these few months that we typically do not have and maybe make some capital improvements to our facility, some large maintenance projects, but it's going to take funding to accomplish that. I want you to continue to pray with us that God will meet those needs, and I'm confident that He will. I also want to leave you with this thought. In Ecclesiastes chapter 3, the Bible talks about different seasons, and it starts off in verse 1 saying, to every time and purpose under heaven. And it talks about there being a time to die and a time to be born, a time to plant, a time to pluck up that which is planted. But it goes on through all these different times of life. And I've been thinking about the season in our camp's life. And now this is a different time than we typically have in the summer. But it says in verse 11 that God hath made everything beautiful in His time. Now, I don't understand or pretend to understand all that God's doing across our country and all that God wants to do in relationship to this COVID-19 situation. But I do know that God's in control and He has a plan, and I'm trusting Him. And He has made everything beautiful in His time. I want you to continue to pray with us. Pray for the Wilderness Christian Camp. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us. And you can go to our website and watch for updates. Any information that comes available, we'll post it there and on social media. Thank you for watching.